What's going on, everybody? Coming back at you. I am here in Morocco, on the northern western part of Africa, and I am walking up to the Atlantic Ocean. That's right, I was in the Indian Ocean a few days ago. I flew all the way back across Africa, actually did a layover in Istanbul in Turkey, and then here I am back in West Africa, if you will, northern West Africa. And I tell you, this is why I encourage travel, and this is why I want you to travel with me, because you get a perspective and you have an opportunity to see things that might escape you. Not everybody, obviously. A lot of people will be able to pick this up, but depending on who you travel with and how you travel, sometimes people leave certain things out, or they don't even know to tell it. So when I was in Seychelles last week, just learned a lot of interesting things about the history of West Africa and the Ashanti king who was taken there in exile, and others who were taken there. And it was also, I believe, some people from India who resisted and found themselves in Seychelles also. Here we go. Back at the Atlantic Ocean. So what I've learned and what I'm learning is that there are a couple things that I'm learning. Is that when you see for yourself, the stories, well, you'll see the history be revealed actually in the people. You'll see the history revealed in the architecture. You might be getting some of that wind because it is windy out here. Actually pretty cool out here right now. It's not hot at all. It's like borderline chilly. But you'll see it in the architecture. You'll see it in the food. You'll see it in so many different things. So with that, you gain a perspective that a lot of times people who don't travel won't have. And a lot of times they'll just rely on textbooks or propaganda that's been told to them by way of politicians or the educational systems within a particular country. That's kind of like what we deal with in America. They tell us Christopher Columbus discovered America, and for years we believe that. And actually, it's really kind of sad because they even have a holiday for Christopher Columbus. But when people do the study on Christopher Columbus, you see how brutal of a terrorist he was. But yet to this day, in 2022, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, whenever you're watching this, 2072, you'll discover that they hold this person in high regard. And for those of us who were raised in that education system, we weren't taught that. We were taught that Christopher Columbus came with I forget the name of the boats, out of Pinta, Minta, Santa Maria, and all that other kind of stuff, and all of that. And so we believe that this was an honorable person, and we should recognize that person and celebrate that person, when in actuality that person was one of the people who caused the problems that we're still dealing with the long-term effects from today. So what I'm also learning is how differently people were colonized. As I travel around, and I'm learning that some people were colonized. Some people are really messed up with it, to the point where they're like, I don't care. It's fine. It's okay if the people use and abuse me. It's no problem. We have to move on and move forward. And I was like, Lord, have mercy. How do you move on and move forward if somebody continues to use and abuse you? But That's a mentality, and it's a mentality I even saw growing up. Not quite that. No, I've heard it before. I've heard it in church. It's okay, it doesn't matter. God allowed it, and you better just tolerate it or else. And if you even question what's going on, you're somehow in rebellion against the Lord. You know, I've heard all of that stuff, and it's just like, you know, go put a cucumber in it and go sit somewhere, you know. So I look at this and I say to myself, and this is again why I encourage people to travel, because these are things that you begin to see out. So I'm in Morocco now. It's a French colony, Arab influence, heavily, you know, that's the dominant. So what I equate it to is like, Egypt was like that too, had the French there, but Egypt is more of a British Arab vibe, where Morocco is more of a French Arab vibe. That kind of, and this is not to diminish anything, I'm just trying to put it in a perspective where people can kind of understand it. So I hope the wind is not too bad. I know it's like blowing on me, but I'm hoping that this thing around my, like right here, is not too much. But anyway, yeah, you just got to tough it out. We just got to deal with it. So the reason why it's important is because what I saw in Seychelles, and I saw the French in Seychelles, I saw the British in Seychelles, I saw the little Queen of England lady all over in Seychelles, everywhere. But somehow the French, like they speak French, and they got Creole, and you know, so that's what's happening in Seychelles. So, but then I come here and I see the French. What we don't realize is how our lives have been influenced by this to the point where, and this is what I say, I mean, we don't even think to come to Africa, or if we do, we look to go to the most European places in Africa. So I thought about that. I was like, you talk about going to Togo. Folks are like, nah, I ain't trying to go to Togo, but you know, take me to Morocco. Take me to Morocco. Take me to South Africa. You know, take me somewhere. Don't take me to Togo. Don't take me to Cameroon. You know, take me to these different places. And I'm not saying don't go, because Morocco is very nice. I'm just saying that this is how I'm realizing, just by way of travel, how we've been psychologically conditioned and programmed to see certain places as luxury and other places as dumps, you know, without even asking, well, why is it like that? You know, if it is a dump, why is it a dump? Who made it a dump? And how do we, you know, change that? Because truth be told, for many people who are part of the African diaspora, much of our DNA comes from Benin and Togo and Nigeria and Cameroon and places like Ghana and Sierra Leone and Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal and Mali and Burkina Faso and the Gambia. Many of us, we have DNA that comes from those places, but we have no interest in visiting those places. And some of us do, so don't get me wrong. Somebody, because I hear somebody, well, I really want to visit, but I'm just talking about in general. And I think the part that as I travel is when I hear us, those of us who descend from those places, either deny the descending or diss those places and make it as if those places are somehow bad on their own account, if they're even bad. You know, they got them African leaders over there, them corrupt leaders just destroying everything. You know, them destroying and tearing everything down, and them corrupt leaders. And so I guess they're doing their prayers right now. So them corrupt leaders are out there doing their thing, and I just can't do. But then they talk about the corrupt leaders in Africa without even thinking about the corrupt leaders in the UK, and the corrupt leaders in France, and the corrupt leaders in the US, and the corrupt leaders in Canada, and the corrupt leaders in all these other places that we hold in high regard. I'm telling you, this thing gets deep, because when you travel and you see it, you have a different perspective. So now when I come to places like Morocco, I'm now curious to learn more about the history of Morocco, you know, beyond the colonized history. And I always love to get in on the ground level with the people, because the people everywhere I go, the everyday people are exceptionally nice. They are in every daggone country I've been in, the everyday people have been exceptionally nice. If I don't have these travel experiences, I will believe people when they say, oh, those people in Africa don't like us. Those people don't like us. Those people in those countries, the people in the Arab countries don't like you. And I, I'm not even gonna go down that road on this particular video. I get that it goes back to money and all that other kind of stuff, especially if they hear your or my accent. But it's like, these are still human beings. So, I guess I get past that part of it, and it doesn't really, trigger me or anything like that. But what I will say is this. Books are fine and have a very valuable place if the information is accurate. But there is nothing that can replace you standing in the space and then being able to learn and understand exactly from that perspective. You're not going to get a full comprehensive dissertation, if you will. But what you will do is have the opportunity to capture your own set of information with your own eyes and see and learn and grow and all of that. So this is one of the reasons why I am such a strong advocate for visiting Africa and seeing things for yourself. I would encourage you to not eliminate the parts of Africa that come below the Saharan desert. The Ethiopias, the Tanzanias, the Rwandas, the Kenyas, the Ghanas, the Botswanas, South Africas, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Burundi, Mozambique, I'm going to Gabon, Angola, Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea. I'm going through the whole shebang now. Niger. Hey, I'm gonna drop one in. You don't expect me to say Central African Republic, DRC, Congo. I mean, I'm saying, what I'm saying is that when we have to ask ourselves, why is it that so many of us have no interest in even going to these places, but yet so many of us come from these places. And I'm proud to say that I'm breaking free from these mental shackles. And when people mock it, so what? And sometimes, and let me explain it. Sometimes I entertain people in the comments because they give me free consultation into the mindset of someone who is either off, or it gives me great material to write my script from, because I'm writing a script on, I'll entertain in order to glean the information. So when they come with something, hey, so I go and engage to extract. So just in case you see me going a little back and forth in the comments with someone and I start dropping a few hammers or whatever, there's a method to my madness. So it's not, I'm not wasting my time at all. I'm doing market research, and then it'll all come together. You check out the skit that I wrote with the ladies talking about, why do you want to travel to Africa? And that all came by way of extracting conversations from people. So that's what you'll see me doing. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at this for now. I'm here in Morocco. My next stop in the journey is gonna be Senegal, and then the Gambia, and then down to South Africa. That's right. And I'm gonna be celebrating all of these different countries and their people, and uplifting them, because we all have more in common than we think and realize that we do. So anyway, like, subscribe, share, Maximum Impact with Jay Cameron. Oh, before I go, if you are someone who would like to be interviewed on the channel, and you understand the impact of colonization. Because I've been talking to a lot of people where I'm a little concerned. Yeah, but you know what? You know what? I think I might want to talk to the people who I might be a little concerned with. So, if you're someone out there, and maybe you don't agree with me, maybe you think that, you know, colonization's over, and we just need to move on and say Hakuna Matata, and Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya, or whatever. I would love to have a conversation with you, and just to get your perspective, not to, you know, argue with you and all of that, but I would love to hear it, because sometimes people type it and it might get lost in translation. But this mindset that I'm hearing, and I'll just tell you straight up, is concerning, because when I hear it coming from people, it is concerning. But instead of dismissing it as like these people tripping, let me, water coming in. Let me take a step back here. But to get a better understanding of where people are coming from. Now, I may do another video here on the beach, so I don't know. Right now, you'll probably see me do like multiple videos on the same day or something like that. So just know I may end this and come back to record another one and put it up. Just because I'm in this space, I can do it, and it doesn't have to be an hour and a half long in order for it to happen. But I'd love to, you know, be able to have that conversation. I am going to be interviewing some folks who are local to different countries and getting their perspective on what they see from their vantage point, because I think that's good as well. So anyway, if that's you, drop a comment below, and we will, you know, reach out to you and see if that's something that we can coordinate. Just because you reach out doesn't mean it's automatically going to turn into an interview. We'll, you know, throw some questions your way, see what it is that you want to talk about, and see how we can hook that up while I'm on my travels. So that would be cool. And if that can happen, you know, maybe over the next day or so, that'll be great. While I have some, I don't know what my internet situation is going to be like when I get to Senegal. So while I'm in Morocco, I got some decent internet. Maybe we can hook it up between now and then. All right, so anyway, like, subscribe, share. Talk to you soon.